So I am actually down at the Hamilton Ferry Terminal right now, about to start my walk. And the reason I have selected this as my starting point today is because I think it may have been the Hamilton terminus point on the Bermuda Railway map. Not absolutely sure, but I am making an assumption here. So I wanted to walk out of Hamilton, leave the city of Hamilton from that point. And I will be revisiting those other three mystery stops, the Racecourse stop, Serpentine Road stop, and the Richmond Road stop, as soon as the information is made absolutely clear to me. But in the meantime, here is a view of the front street and all of the front street buildings, both retail and office related, from the perspective of the ferry terminal. And I'm about to start. So let's go. Before I actually get started today, I do want to make note of the fact that I've already clocked up 2,520 steps. And that's because I've been in Hamilton for a couple of hours already, still investigating my query from episode 27, because of course now we are on episode 28. And that query is related to those three stops, the Racecourse stop, Serpentine Road stop, and the Richmond Road stop. And if you've been following along, especially since episode 27, you will know oh, that whole situation has gotten me into a little bit of a tizzy, and why it's taken me so many days to actually begin my walk out of the city of Hamilton. But today, this Friday, October 4th, this is it. I am leaving the city as of right now. Now, interestingly, when I used to be a ferry commuter, which is several years ago now, the restaurant down at the ferry terminal certainly didn't have all of this going on. I mean, excuse me. Very attractively set out here for people to have their lunch and be right on the water's edge and overlooking Hamilton Harbour and whatever activity is going on there. This is the name of the restaurant that now exists down at the ferry terminal. The restaurant is right there, and the Hamilton Ferry Terminal is right next door as a neighbor. And here are some tourists taking advantage of the convenience of the restaurant called 8 and Vine Cafe and Bar. Here's a little fun stop down on Front Street. The Bermuda sign behind me. Hopefully I've got the whole word in this frame. Okay, it is time to head out of the city. Now, I already have a video. Don't remember the episode number, but it was a walk along Front Street. And so some of these shots that you're seeing now have already been taken in that particular video. But I don't think I'm going to retake. Just go back and have a look at the video that is entitled A Walk Along Front Street, Hamilton, Bermuda. Okay, this is something that would not have been in the Walk Along Front Street video because this was not happening that day. Here is a U.S. Navy ship being assisted out of the Hamilton Harbour, having just left the dock right there only minutes ago. And now it is on its way to wherever it is going. That barge in the back is actually a large part of getting it on its way. And I have to say that one of my young cousins is part of that barge crew. So I just ran into him not very long ago this morning.
It's a British. It's a P223, so which I think it's a local river class type boat.
Okay.
It's going down to the Caribbean.
Nice.
Its sister one was just here the other day, 224,
Okay.
which went back to the UK. And I believe this one's now going down to the Caribbean, and I believe it's what they call a British Guard ship.
Oh, and I'm glad that I bumped into you, because I was referring to it as a U.S. Navy ship.
Nope, you can tell by the flag at the back.
Oh, and yes.
The Union Jack with the white
Oh,
background,
yes.
Red Cross.
Okay. That's for ships only. That flag. That's not the normal Union Jack.
That is an English flag.
With a
No,
white.
The one you're thinking of in the corner is called a Union Jack. The one
Right.
that you're familiar with is called a Union Jack. The one that this is now, Union Jack in the corner.
Yeah.
And then if you Google the flag of England, it's a white background with a red cross.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're very informative. I've run into the right person. And
Well, I'm Scottish. I'm Scottish.
okay.
So I'm not English, I'm part Scottish.
Okay. Let's get everything correct.
See the flag up there?
Yes, that's
So that's a Union Jack.
right.
And that's our pennant.
The ensign, yeah.
So that's ours.
Yes. And there's the barge that helps it out.
Tug.
The tugboat.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm saying barge. Gosh, I've got things all messed up this morning. But great. Oh my goodness.
There used to be a lot used to come here at one time.
Yes.
Used to be Dutch, German, Canadian, British, but no longer.
No longer. Why is that, you know?
I guess the Cold War is over.
Okay. So that Cold War's been over for about 50 years now, isn't it?
Pretty much.
Yes, okay. There it goes, number 223 from out of the United Kingdom. And it's just want to say that you never know what you will learn when you say hello to people. So I'm most grateful to Walter just now, who gave me all of that information about that particular ship. Named in honor of the first black consular of the Corporation of Hamilton and his contributions to property development in the city. This is the Samuel David Robinson Complex at Pier 6. It's approximately 11:30 a.m. in Bermuda right now on Front Street on this October 4th, 2024, and it just looks like, for some reason, the traffic is heavy. I don't know what's going on. Is it because it's a Friday? Possibly, I guess. Anyway, I'm at the entrance to the Port of Hamilton cargo docks, and here is a big old container truck waiting to get out, waiting for the light to change to green. The Supermart is a very popular place for people to pop in and get their lunch from the buffet. It's actually a grocery store, but you know, nowadays grocery stores sell ready-made meals. 129 Front Street represented a hot address. I guess it was the 80s when a furniture store called Creative Interiors used to be located here. And they introduced to Bermuda some of the most contemporary furniture we had ever seen. That's Creative Interiors at 129 Front Street. I used to love that store. Okay, so already I'm outside of the limits of the city of Hamilton, down at Renaissance Re office building and on East Broadway near the Rubis gas station. So this is actually beyond the limits of the city of Hamilton, which ended at King Street. That building right there is called Malabar Gate, and it looks like it's under renovation at the moment. I have to say it's going to probably be really great once it's done, even with the noise factor from the traffic. I would love to reside this close to the city of Hamilton, but that's not going to happen. I live all the way in Somerset, and I'm probably not ever going to move. This driveway leads to an incredible property that I was just looking down on from up top here on East Broadway. Yeah, and check this sliding gate, keeping intruders like me out. Now, according to everything that I have been reading lately, the Bermuda Railway Line's yard was located somewhere in this area. This is now the East Broadway stretch, but at one point back in the 1930s and 40s, this was the site of the Bermuda Railway's repair yard and turnaround yard and everything yard for that rail line. So I'm reaching Crow Lane, the bottom of Crow Lane right now, exiting for sure the city of Hamilton area. And I think what I'm going to do is take a little rest down here, only for the purposes of capturing a time lapse of the traffic as it comes in and out of Hamilton, and see what that looks like at the end of the day. So I'm going to chill for maybe about 10 or 15 minutes and see what I get. It should be good, a time lapse down here, because the traffic is particularly heavy. So I am on my way out of the Hamilton area. I'm currently traveling west, heading toward Harbour Road, and I'm going to try and get as far as Warwick Academy. I should be able to do that today, within the next 1 to 1.5 hours. So here we go. So I'm on Pomander Road right now, which is a roundabout way of getting onto the Harbour Road, but at the same time probably a little safer in terms of traffic congestion and traffic speed and traffic issues. So yeah, and it's more scenic. So I'm taking this route on the advice of another reference from Julie. So let's see what it brings in terms of footage. Of course, Aberfeldy Nurseries is here, a place where I used to spend a lot of time, but I don't anymore, or certainly haven't in the last year or so. But when I get back to the gardening, maybe we'll see. I love that house right there, the white building with the brown trim, and then it's right next to the Bermuda Underwater Exploration Institute. So you're getting a perspective of that building from the south side. But yeah, this is a different angle on the Crow Lane water area. back in the day when my daughter Danielle was a Fed Cop team member, around the time that she was 15 or so, 14, 15. She's now 43. So I used to spend some time around here following her various tournaments, etc. But those days are long gone. Anyway, I'm back on Lovers Lane, and I'm trying to avoid being on the main Harbour Road because there's just no walking space there, and I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to wend my way through this parish in the middle of the parish, neither on Harbour Road nor Middle Road. So I'm relying on instructions I got, from Julie. Sorry. How are you? Hi. Okay, so this is Lover's Lane here, and this is Westwood Lane. Remember this, the lane of the Seven Sisters houses? So apparently this Highwood Lane is taking me in between Harbour Road and Middle Road through Paget Parish, and therefore I'm avoiding all that traffic and making progress in my steps and toward Warwick Academy at the same time. I'm still on Highwood Lane. I've come across a couple of the new projects on. Now, do I go right or? Okay, so I've opted to go left. That is because I don't want to go toward Harbour Road, and hopefully I'm not going to have to double back at all. But that's the risk I'm taking. And there really are bamboos growing on this property. I can see them just behind that palm tree. Those are bamboo palms. And it is like a little grove, a little bamboo grove. Okay, I think I know this house. I think I have been here years and years and years ago. Gonna have to investigate. I'm now at the western end of Westwood Lane. So now I'm on the busy Middle Road, Paget, but at least there's a sidewalk for me to walk on, so it's not so bad. What a most unusual place for a little coffee shop. Right here on the corner of Middle Road and Chapel Road. And I think it is part of the Hasco's operation. Wow. I made it to Warwick Academy, and my total step count is 12,922. This is my end point for today's episode number 28, and I made it. What can I say?